Okay, Madam Clerk, started.
Is STL up?
They said they were ready, yeah. Thank you.
Alderman Boyd,
Oh, wait, Madam Clerk, I'd like to call the Budget and Public Employees Committee hearing to order. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Alderwoman Boyd, Alderman Odenberg,
Okay. And you know what? I think I've got an old agenda here. Oh, no, we do. We have this one too. Good.
Alderwoman Boyd, Alderman Odenberg, STL is stating that the microphone failed, is not picking up. That's the message we're getting. Alderman Odenberg, Alderwoman Sanye.
Present.
We were trying to test to make sure you can hear. So we'll begin over. Alderwoman Boyd, Alderman Odenberg,
Present.
Alderwoman Velasquez, Alderwoman Sanye,
Present.
Alderman Aldrich,
And Madam Clerk, it looks like Alderman Aldrich might be in the waiting room. If we could see about moving him over.
Alderman Aldrich,
Present.
Chair Spencer,
Present.
Alderwoman Boyd. We have 5 present. We have quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We have just one item on our agenda today, and that is Board Bill 182. Alderwoman Velasquez, you're recognized on Board Bill 182. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. And thank you for arranging to have this meeting. We're gonna go through Board Bill 182, which is in concert with the theme of today's board bills is a pay bill for the Board of Elections. I'm gonna ask Ben Borgmeyer, the Board of Elections, and Gary Stoff to do most of the talking for me today. I do have one amendment for this bill that should be in the drive. Amendment number 1, I believe, Madam Clerk.
I apologize, I did not have the drive pulled up. What, could you just?
Sure. Amendment 1 to Board Bill 182 is beginning on page 7, line 14. It's striking out the words Columbus Day and inserting in lieu of thereof to read in words and figures as follows: Indigenous Peoples Day. Just fixing it. I talked to Mr. Borgmeyer, just sort of more in line with how we do things here in the city.
Okay, that sounds great. Why don't we go ahead and go through the bill itself, and then we'll introduce that amendment and get that cleaned up, and we'll consider the bill amended as
You want to do the amendment at the end
if we.
when we vote on it? That's fine.
Do we have the amendment before us? Is it in the drive? Okay, what we'll do is, why don't we consider the bill, then we'll go through the amendment, we'll have the clerk read it aloud so that everybody has access to it.
Perfect.
Forward, okay.
Well, then I'm going to hand over the floor to Mr. Borgmeyer, Mr. Stoff over here.
Excellent, thank you, Alderwoman. Mr. Stoff, Mr. Borgmeyer, either way, I'll have you introduce yourselves. You could both swear in at the same time. Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yeah, we do.
Excellent, thank you. And then don't forget to introduce yourself to those of the members of the community and the board tuning in from home or from wherever. Oh, thank you.
My name is Gary Stoff. I'm the Republican Director of Elections for the City of St. Louis, and Ben Borgmeyer is my Democrat counterpart. I wanted to thank Madam Chairwoman and the members of the committee for considering this bill and the Alderwoman for sponsoring the bill. I think it sends an important message to our staff that we are very much a part of what's going on in terms of payroll and being recognized for the good work that we have been doing, both in terms of upgrading our procedures and being able to attract qualified candidates to fill vacancies as we go about our reorganization. So we recently filled a position hiring someone from without and promoting someone from within, but the salary structure contained in the board bill is a valuable incentive because the candidates that we were able to recruit, even from outside the organization, seem to recognize that, and they like the idea of working for the Board of Elections. So we thank you for considering the bill and hope that it'll get a favorable response. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yes, this pay bill, the only substantive change is that it adds in section 4, subsection A, a 3% raise across the board to election board employees. There's a fiscal note attached. When I did the fiscal note, I think I did it for a full year. So I considered year one, FY26. The number for the remainder of this year is $11,364.51. So that's in addition to those 3 years that are on the fiscal note.
Okay. Yeah, I talked briefly with our financial analyst. I think what we'll do to address that, Ryan can. So we have two amendments or two changes to the bill, one of which is the Indigenous Peoples Day, which we'll make an amendment to, and then the fiscal note needs an amendment as well. Do you have an amendment for the fiscal note? Okay, so how we'll handle this, I think, is to consider the amendment for Indigenous Peoples Day, which we'll handle here, and then I think we'll need to make an amendment to the fiscal note, which we'll have to handle on the floor in a floor substitute, get that financial numbers correct, because what we're hearing is that this number here, year one, is actually fiscal year 2026.
Right. So it's overstated.
Correct.
So, I mean,
Sure.
in the scheme of things, I mean, it's not like it's understating. Right.
Sure. So what we're understanding from the financial analyst is that it's overstating, certainly, but so I'll let the sponsor determine how she wants that, but we'll handle the amendment, recognizing here in the committee that this is overstating what the fiscal impact would be. Okay. Okay. And with that, do you have any speakers? Do you have any other members of your part of your presentation, Alderwoman? Alderwoman, you have any other speakers on your present? Okay, thank you. Madam Clerk, are there any members of the public who signed up to speak for the bill on behalf of the bill? No. Okay. Okay.
Like we have Mr. Dalen, see him here? Dalen Brown.
Okay. Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Please identify yourself to the public.
Awesome. My name is Dalen Brown, and thank you so much, Board of Aldermen, for being here today for the section of budgeting in regards to individuals like you all. In your budget, I was wondering if you all would, at the close of your last year's fiscal year, have inside of your budget a survey of how, in fact, your year was, including but not limited to the actuality of you all getting an updated Alderman book, because citizens are not allowed to call places like the Water Department or our Department of Transportation when a stop sign is turned over or someone hits a fire hydrant that goes to you, not our police department, because our police department therein deals with criminal offenses, not necessarily public offenses, that therein mandates that our Department of Transportation gets ranked. So do you all have an updated Alderman book for our therein electric company or our water company? Do you all have an updated city code where you can sign in and let people know your credentials? Do you all have an at-home computer that is for your office and a away computer that is for yourself? Do you all have an updated city phone and city phone number? Is that eligible for citizens to have on call 24/7 as it should be for aldermen? If you could please put that in your budget report for your city government to there and get at time of audit from the federal government. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. I think you bring up some interesting and relevant points here. What we'll do, though, regarding those questions is we'll focus our efforts today on the budget for the Board of Elections here, and we'll handle those issues at another time. If we have no further comments from the public, what I'd like to do is just read in so we can bypass the need for having it necessarily in the Google Drive, the amendment. It is in the Google Drive. Okay, excellent. So amendment number 1, I'll take a motion to adopt amendment number 1 to Board Bill 182.
So moved. Second.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you please call?
Aye.
Alderman Odenberg. Alderwoman Velazquez.
Aye.
Alderwoman Sanye.
Aye.
Alderman Aldrich.
Aye.
Chair Spencer.
Aye.
Alderman Odenberg. We have 5 aye votes.
Excellent. Now, I'll turn it over to the committee for questions on Board Bill 182. Alderwoman Boyd.
Hi, I have no questions. I just wanted to apologize because of the craziness that's going on. So just be patient. We're trying to move forward on this.
Alderman Oldenburg. Alderwoman Velazquez, this is your bill. Alderwoman Saunier.
I don't have any questions. Just thank you for your work.
Alderman Aldrich.
No question. Just want to thank Ben and Mr. Stoff for continuing to do amazing work at our Board of Elections and trying to continue to increase turnout. Appreciate them.
Thank you. I echo gratitude. Today is the last day to register. If you're thinking about voting in the municipal primary on March 4th, we know that you guys have had to pivot with some new expanded ways of voting, voting wherever you show up to vote 2 weeks in advance. It's been a great benefit to our citizens and hopefully will increase turnout. With that, Alderwoman Velazquez, you're recognized to close.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, I ask for your favorable consideration to pass Board Bill 182.
I'll recognize
As amended. Thank you.
That's what I said. I'll entertain a motion to pass Board Bill 182 as amended with a due pass recommendation.
So moved.
Second, previous row.
Hearing no objections to previous roll, we've passed Board Bill 182 with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee. Thank you, Mr. Stoff and Mr. Borgmeyer.
Thank you. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, previous row.
All right. Here we go. Adjourn.